All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We got game number 2 coming at you. Internet Gangsters taking on Lion Esports Club here in the HoN Invitational Grand Finale. Straight up best out of 3 on the line, so Lion Esports Club 1 win away from taking it all here, the title and the money and everything else. IG trying to fight back and force that third and final game. I mean, and most certainly can fight back. Hell, that first game alone, again, just so many changes as far as the lead.
There was so many changes that it seemed like IG really did. Near the end, it was like they began to get that lead we had not seen all game. It was like 12K plus, etc. in terms of experience. And they had that initiative. They had that beautiful, he had the keeper's veil on him. He got the sheep stick off. Remember they sheeped him before he got his shrunken head off. And he should have just had the shrunken head as he sheep to make sure there was. If he sheep, that means they're going for the kill, right?
Yeah.
Which means he's committed and the fight's happening at that point anyway. That's when you want to use your shrunken.
Yep.
It was very well done by Lions to get it off, but I got to look and say it was probably a little bit more of a mishap on IG's side to allow that to happen. I think the game would have been closed out otherwise, but a lot of great fights back and forth, and I have a feeling like this game 2 is going to provide us with some more interesting strats and interesting play.
Let's hope so. Why do I say that? I mean, the game 1 was freaking great, but game 2, again,
we don't need to hope
I'm
it's
just
here.
greedy. I'm just greedy. Damn it! I want even better. I want even better to happen now. So
impress me,
impress me,
minions. I showed you my strength yesterday.
Yeah, that.
Now bow before me.
Great glacius play. Anywho, all right, so yeah, moving along here as far as this game is concerned. So the lock pool finishing. You have your keeper, parasite, torturer, master of arms, engineer, warbeast. As far as the bands go, fade, rally, bubbles, wild soul, pebbles, and nymphora thrown out there from Lion Esports Club. So interesting there, nymphora being banned. Not a hero you would usually expect, but nonetheless going to be banned here. IG snap picking a Monkey King early. Not putting too much thought into that. Seems like they're pretty content on, accepting the Monkey King. Despite it, it did work out in the end for Lion Esports Club. Despite Super KG himself, again, not having the best of games, honestly, for most of that, as far as his impact was concerned. As far as his impact was concerned. But the later parts, especially into the end there, that's where it really started to shine. So, but IG going to run it themselves. We'll see who eventually takes the reins here. Glacius Pharaoh going to be coming out in the meantime from Lion Esports Club. So, also kind of an interesting response, honestly. Now, they're definitely known for playing the Pharaoh themselves. Jonas and Fan plays on very well. But just kind of an interesting combination of heroes to see picked up this early on, especially with what's, as usual, still left on the board. But going to be going the Pharaoh Glacius here. There's no Tempest option, obviously, so you look at that Pharaoh, and that's not why he's being picked up by any means. So,
Mobile is always, once again, very strong against Monkey King.
Yeah.
Anything that also prevents his ability to sound like a rally. Like that they took that Monkey King away from Lions Esports Club this game, though.
Yeah.
Very capable in the hands of Super KG. Although they did a great job of holding him down last game. Was he 1-6-2 for a bit?
Yeah, he was.
He just kept getting punished by the IG lineup, and we saw that great strat where they actually were utilizing the Vindicator to try to hold down the Tempest and the Monkey in the end. Not enough.
IG putting some thought into this, as you would expect. As far as their next 2 picks are concerned, already dropping down to about 20 seconds here.
I'm still expecting something crazy from IG.
So something's telling you that, huh?
I am. Maybe not. Maybe not. But no, okay. So more standard. It's fine. But
Magnus Hag in the end.
Soul Reaper. I don't want to call this Alliance Esports Club's signature hero since other teams adopted and used it, but I feel like they keep going back to the Soul Reaper more than almost anyone. And Flensmeister usually being the one to play it. And that was, he was rocking with it even before the buff, even before it had the ability to actually store the charges and infuse your teammates or yourself with mana.
Yeah, well before that. Of course, came with the Runic Shift patch, so and HoN Tour definitely were using it. And before that happened. So going to pick it up here, and that's going to be a fun hero to see for Lion Esports Club. Again, they're trying to claim victory here and ultimately win the series with the game win. Where IG is trying to force that third and final game. And to the lock pool, Keeper of the Forest, and also speaking of that, Keeper of the Forest and Soul Reaper, they match up favorably in Soul Reaper's side. Of course, at least if they end up being a Suicide Keeper. In this case, it might not be because of the heroes that they currently have, honestly. But Parasite, Master of Arms are the options for Lions, and there you go with Engineer to finish things off for Internet Gangsters. So, again, probably expecting a Suicide Magnus to be ran here from Internet Gangsters. So that means they're probably going to see a laning or a Jungle Keeper of the Forest, excuse me. More of that passive side of things. We'll see if they do that dual lane mid. You made the mention of that last game. Sure enough, they did at least initially. It made a quick swap though because of what was happening. Laning phase is always going to be fun to look at here when it comes down to it. As far as IG side, or excuse me, Lion side is concerned, I think it's a little more obvious what they're going to be doing. Honestly, both sides pretty. You'd expect one thing. Oh my
very
God,
much so, and
this thing.
it lines up with who's playing the heroes too. So
Yeah. This thing
Care of it
again. I'm looking.
it's pretty crazy. I actually like that one. I like that one a lot.
You know, it's badass. I mean, the dude's just sitting in a chair with minions just... Oh, by the way, look what's going on. I'm so focused on the skin, but
Well, exactly.
look at Pharaoh. Pharaoh's good for this.
They are all in, and they have a Parasite, so they might not be expecting it. How can people keep getting away with this? I mean, I can see it, though. When you go into a match, there's so many things on your mind. It's easy for this to get you away. Oh, they have a Pharaoh. You should always scout. It's not that easy, guys. In the heat of the moment, you're talking
Never
about
really
the match.
happens. I mean... But... And you see right there, it seems like we always see that too. The teams that actually doing Conqueror, they say something in chat to be like, okay, yeah, we're just going on with the casual game here, the laning phase, it's boring, whatever. And then before you know it, Conqueror has been slain. It's like, wait, what? You sly sons of bitches. That's pretty much what Lions is doing here, and it's going to be 100%. I mean,
there's no way. At this point,
absolutely no clue.
At this point, there's no way they can get a response, so...
Yeah. See Engineer roaming around. He's kind of going towards the vicinity, but even at this point, as you said, you know, what are they going to do? As always, I am kind of curious if they try to maybe spread out the experience here or not. If anything, they could get everyone level 2. Looks like that's what they're probably going to end up doing here. As, yeah, they're going to all get level 2. Pharaoh will pick up the Token of Life. And here we go with the responses, as we usually see. I have no clue what that means, but something bad in Swedish, I'm sure. So, Lion Esports Club, we talk about it whenever we happen to see a level 1 Kongor, especially when you're dealing with two teams that are very, very good, that are top-tier teams. The chances of winning now if you're IG just definitely went downhill. As funny as that seems to say, you know, with the game just being started, that's the case. I mean, you get the level advantage going into the lanes. You get that Token of Life on Pharaoh, so he can ultimately play more aggressively if he finds the opportunity to. Apparently, okay. Apparently, Panman doing some research there. Apparently, Sluta means I quit. I'm probably horribly mispronouncing that as always. Sluta? I quit. It better mean that. You just made me say it. What did it say?
Sluta.
Sluta. There you go. Sluta. I learn Swedish every day. Alright, so, yeah, level 1 Conqueror coming out. Big, big deal here. Going into the laning phase already for Lion Esports Club, so we'll definitely keep an eye as far as what kind of impact that ultimately has here. So far, Master of Arms and Calatius, they're having a hell of a time against Wretched Hack, who they chose to send middle. They did choose to go Engineer and Monkey King bottom. Want to prioritize farm on Monkey King, of course. But and especially the top lane, especially with that start, I mean, I'm sure Soul Reaper is going to have a hell of a time up here against Fuzi, playing the Magnus. So yeah, again, Lion Esports Club looking very, very good here to start things off. Yeah.
Oh, Panman.
Oh no, what are you doing? Pharaoh here being boxed out, obviously as expected, but don't worry about it. Backfires. Bottle already purchased by Master of Arms here.
Yeah. So how's this matchup entirely top lane, though? I mean, as expected, the Sorber pretty much handling Fuzi so far. Magma still does surprisingly well against a lot of safe lane carry options. Something like a Soul Reaper, though, is just way too much for him to deal with as a melee with a relatively small monopool. Can't really make use of that volcanic touch either against him.
Keeper of the Forest actually being found by Parasite here. Anskin going to try to be quite the annoyance to him. He's just putting in the auto attacks, kind of trading auto attacks even. Keeper realizing, though, he might be in a little bit of danger. But yeah, Parasite's like, I'll take this creep from you. Goes ahead and takes the Skeleton King. In the meantime, Engineer's going to try to do a pull here, but Glacius definitely going to scout things out. And actually, Engineer might be in a little bit of trouble. Parasite comes in with the Skeleton King auto attacks. The Leech going to be using, puts the turret down, the kicks in as well. One more auto attack. Oh, it gets off pushing off, actually. That will be canceled by the auto attack. Farrell's running in nearby, has a Hellfire to use. There's the Mummy Wall. And Sender will just have to accept death right there.
Right now, you know what it really seems like, Breaky? It seems like IG just coming off of that last game where they had so much momentum. I feel like they're a little bit heartbroken. I honestly do over that loss. This isn't the same IG we saw going into game one. Right now, pretty much every single lane going in Lion Esports Club's favor. It's an actual farm matchup there on the bot. It was the Pharaoh there sitting at 382 now with that Bloodlust kill versus the primary farm on Monkey King only sitting at 308. So yeah, literally winning every single matchup at this point.
Yeah. Obviously the level 1 Conqueror no doubt has a bit to do with that, but yeah, clearly this is just dominating performance already for Lion Esports Club.
Yeah, of course it has a lot to do with that, but still they've done a great job in setting up further since then. Remember, I like to think back to that game. I think it was it just the 4-1 kill, or was it an actual Conqueror setup? I feel it was just the 4-1 kill where SG had a huge hill to climb in order to come back to the game. And I think they winded up eventually losing that game. It was the VDT game, if I'm not mistaken. But they put up a good fight. I mean, they did climb out of the early game with some tactical ganks. It is something they can climb out of. Of course, it is going to be a battle, and the token is still up for Pharaoh. But not going to write off yet. Still, 90% of the time I see a team get off that level 1 Kong, you know how the game ends. And after a devastating game 1 performance, I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played very well, but after a heartbreaking loss, I want to say. And then starting off game 2 with an uphill battle.
Not
have a lot of fight left,
not friendly to be dealing with that. So here we are, not even 4 minutes into the game, so it's obviously it does even suck to an extent saying that, but it's very true. The Lion Esports Club has a lot of momentum to work off already. We are going to come out of the pause here. But actually, Wretched Hag might be in some trouble right off the bat. There's a charge shot. The Leech coming out. The auto attack. No, he's going to get away initially. But Parasite chasing. One more auto attack. It is going to be a kill on Xibe. That just does not help things, I'm sure, if your Internet Gangsters coming right out of a long pause there. And now Parasite finds Keeper. Keeper is out of mana currently. But actually, Parasite just going to take over one of his minions, put some auto attacks in, and have fun harassing him in the process. So it will continue here. You got Monkey King doing what he can. So that is the only shining light it seems like right now for Internet Gangsters. The fact that they have Monkey King farming 325 gold per minute.
Well, so Monkey King farming pretty damn well on top of just overall having a lineup with a lot of great draft synergy.
Yeah.
It's not hard for them to get the snowball effect rolling. They just have to find a way into the mind of Lions Esports Club. Right now, Soul Reaper playing really safe, though. Tough to take him out now that he has his Steam Boots. And look at that, 7 charges the Inhuman Nature. Keep himself topped off a health potion to boot.
Yep. We'll just go to the jungle instead. Actually, Keeper of the Forest finding his way to the other jungle. Back to the middle lane, though. Wretched Hag again in some trouble. This time he'll be able to blink away before enough burst damage comes out. But if anything, just really boxing him out here and making what is already a tough time even that much tougher. But yeah, Keeper of the Forest, he's tired of having to worry about that Parasite. He goes to the other jungle. We'll see if Parasite maybe makes his way over there eventually. I'm actually looking for him right now. Where the hell is Parasite? I'll just have to click on him. There you go. He's on the Minotaur here. And he actually hits level 6 in the process. Uh-oh. Xibe really needs to be careful now in this middle lane because that face hug. And some kisses, and before you know it, he's going to die. Kiss of death.
He's not using the he's not using that face hugger avatar. It was honestly a nightmare of my youth. Was that the face hugger from Aliens?
Yeah.
When I saw that avatar got released into HoN, it was.
Here we go. This is it.
There it is. You called it, Breaky, but not able to land it. Landed the Did he actually get? He didn't even get the
He
leech
must have
off there. Still
died.
has both. He's still pursuing, but juked actually by the Red Shag. He still thought he was in that nook. Kept looking for him. In the meanwhile, Red Shag creating that space. Excellent escape, but it's not over yet.
And look what Lions has done, IG has done as well. They basically said, okay, you know, the way this game's going, we need to try something crazy. We need to send a tri-lane top, basically. Monkey
Bot
King,
lane.
Magnus, and Engineer are all at the top lane. You do see the bottom lane as a result. Pharaoh just tanking the tower. He has that token alive. So at this point, he basically says, kill me. So he's going to die right there. But obviously comes right back up with full life and full mana. And the token of life only had like 30 seconds on it anyway. So that was actually pretty well played there. By Jonas a fan, but... Lions, IG desperate for anything now.
He is. Right now, Insania doing his best to try to hit level 6 as soon as possible. Had a lot of huge roots last game, like 4 or 5. 4 or 5 man. I think 4 or 5 man roots.
4 or 5 man roots. Yeah.
That's
Say that 5 times fast.
can't do it. Not even gonna attempt it. 4 or 5 minutes. Nope. Can't even do it once.
Parasite actually, he tried to get the face. There he gets the face lock. This time, Glacia's coming over. Wretched Hag.
Wow, they
Was being
cannot.
very ballsy.
Yeah, they can't seal the deal. Try to get that Ice Imprisonment off, but just a little bit short. And it's a couple kills picked up here and there, and otherwise, it's just that early momentum, just keeping him off the lanes too, just not letting him pick up farm anywhere. A lead like this early on, pretty much
Not good.
equivalent to like a 12k something advantage in the mid game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not that much gold. Let's actually take out that proportion. 60% of the gold right now in the game. 10,000 total gold for the Legion side, 15,000 for the Hellborn side. Just those early support items will be coming out that much earlier. And how do you fight that?
Yeah, it's again a very difficult spot right now that IG, or they've been in the ever since that level 1 Conqueror happened. You see, this is a chance. Here we go. Level 6, Keeper of the Forest running in. They're turning to Lockdown Magnus. There's a root coming out. In comes an Ice Turret. The Kegs on top. Glacius will end up falling. Yes, the Bat Blast going to be used as well. Monkey King joins the party. Parasite goes down. And Jonas the Fan on Pharaoh also in a little bit of trouble. He's being chased back. Oh, counter code Wretched Attack. No, he cannot chase her down. He's trying, but it's not going to happen. Oh,
Step
Xime.
1. Bring the numbers.
Yep.
Bring the train. They didn't have Soul Reaper. If they did, there's no way in hell they would have accomplished anything there in the mid lane. So, Lions Esports Club, perhaps a little bit greedy and pushing a little bit too hard without Soul Reaper there. Could have just sort of split farm and waited until that moment and had a time push. Not like any of their towers were being knocked on.
Yeah.
But still okay.
Yeah.
Roots down now, so they'll continue to apply the pressure and probably just make it right back on up.
Well, you know, from a mental aspect as well for IG there, I mean, no doubt it's draining seeing that level 1 Conqueror come out and the way this game has started, especially after that, you're in such a slump. But getting a big team fight like that, just mentally, you got to be excited, I'm sure. That's got to be feeling a lot better. Now, Keeper of the Forest, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down, so I wonder how much of that still exists now. But still, you know, the initial part of it most certainly was there. But yeah, Insania getting picked off in his own jungle, you know, just simply running into Parasite yet again. And find some trouble, so we're going to have another pause coming out here, but maybe just a little more lag issues, unfortunately, on this side.
At Zibe's house. Is he plugging brother's computer? It's exciting. I hope it's that intense.
Some brotherly love going on, it sounds like. At the house of Xibe. Well, that's just rude.
Your Sky while it's going on, going rage in Sky. I hope this is serious.
Yeah, it
I used to live with my brother. That's right. I learned how to become a warrior.
Yeah, right. Didn't have one myself, but I would imagine.
Didn't have one yourself.
A sister.
That means by default you're the
Older sister.
you're the king of the family. That's
yeah, right.
ultimately be passed on to you.
She beat me up every day.
I eventually grew
tough.
bigger than my brother in the face of adversity. Then went on to pursue a HoN career.
There you go. So Xibe can persevere here.
We'll hopefully see him back. They just came off a pretty damn good fight.
Yeah.
Closing that kill gap at least. And I did mention, though, they know that Root's down, of course. By the time Keeper is up and he gets to the fight, it shouldn't really be an issue. Right now, they definitely going to try to take out that top tower before they're able to say anything about it. Still, we see IG already having rotated. Monkey King's there, Wretched Hag is there. And you're going to join the party soon. And what about in terms of ports? What about Magnus here? No port, so unfortunately Fuzi can't run the surprise.
Oh, well, we are in this pause here. I actually want to go back to your situation, Emperor, as far as you going over there to Thailand. We'll bring that back up.
That's a small details.
Just small details right now. Have you been getting already, interest with your team? I mean,
I can't say anything yet. I mean,
Okay.
we'll see how the recruitment drive goes, but I've had some very, very positive response. A lot of people hyped up for.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what the situation is to be when I get there. I don't want to set the wrong. It's going to take me a while. I'll definitely try to represent the Thai people well and hopefully train them to be able to take on the international scene. But yeah, so far a lot of positive response. A lot of people I'm very interested in meeting and interviewing.
Yeah.
Cannot wait on Monday. Actually, Monday, well, in Thailand, which is quite a bit ahead of us.
Up.
They're pretty much 12 hours ahead right now. But I get there Sunday night, once again, just before midnight, 23:55. Pretty much go to sleep, wake up, and have the recruitment drive at the Shooter Cyber Cafe. And yeah, there's a lot of people I'm interested in meeting, and very passionate HoN scene.
Are you going to get the chance to meet Nova there? Off the bat?
I hope so. I mean,
eventually.
Yeah, hopefully right away. I mean, we'll see what he's up to when I arrive. But I've never actually been able to shake hands with Nova.
Really?
Can you believe it? Of all this time and different
Never had
events,
the chance, really. Take his glasses for.
He won't even. I'll bring my own glasses and take a. How about I bring my own glasses and I'll take a picture with him? We both have our glasses
Pan-Man
on.
wants you to punch him and take his glasses.
Pan-Man!
I promise I don't. I love
Are you
Nova.
actually?
Oh, he's
I'm
actually
live
live
right
now.
now.
Of course he is. Only when he wants to be.
No, only when you make up stories. That's
Make
it.
up stories. Okay.
Our
Make up
guest
stories
is breaking
alive.
up.
I did not, sir.
Please stop.
But really, I've said it before on cast, and I'll say it again right now. Nova, definitely one of the most respectable figures in the HoN community.
Yeah.
Great attitude, great perseverance. The QSQ project, you know how much work that took to get off the ground.
Yeah,
and they became one of the best teams at New Earth. I mean, pretty much began with a very similar dream as to what he's doing now. So, no stranger to what he's starting up there. So, definitely looking forward to taking him on and also learning what I can from him.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And like I said, it sounds like you're just going to also keep in touch with us. And
Well, yeah,
going
a part of the whole goal is to be able to close the gap in coverage that exists between the Thai scene and SEA scene and international, and I know I can accomplish that out there. So anyway, back to the game.
Apparently Xibe lost the war,
Uh-oh.
but he's back nonetheless here.
You just said shut up and go.
Shut up and go. Somebody bitter. Love you, Xibe. All right, so going back to this game, though, we're now approaching 10 minutes in here. You see the Legion team. IG is going to try to make a counter push here at the top lane. Soul Reaper, once again, is going to go back into the jungle, though. By himself, he's not going to look too invested. Oh, look at this, though. Kongor is back up. Kongor just came back up. We're at 10 minutes in. This is going to be the second Kongor kill. Pending, okay, there is a Keeper tree coming over. So Insania has an idea of what's going on. But what kind of reaction are we ultimately going to see is the question. Keeper the Force, actually, in a little bit of trouble in the middle, and almost like he got distracted there by one of his minions as he was mismicroing a little bit, but... can you stop this if you're IG? I mean... You're already in quite a
They have their
deficit.
ultimates up. I mean, it would have to be very well played. It is technically possible. Soul Reaper can keep them sustained, but they're actually trying to make something happen here.
Energizer going to be used. Master Von's kind of poking in a little bit. Pharaoh coming out from the side. He's looking for an opportunity over here. He's by himself currently, so Pharaoh actually needs to be very careful. Oh, he's going to activate the region. They're going to collapse a Monkey King. Monkey King's in a little bit of trouble right here. Story Flutter, he jumps him. Mummy Walls go up, but of course, oh, there's the Wrath of the Pharaoh. It does catch him. He's going to watch him slam the Heavenly Vault over that. He's going to be fine for now. So he's going to survive. Kongor is still well alive here. It's weird seeing an 11-minute Kongor face-off.
Oh, no.
Oh, Wretched
In the
Hag
end-
gonna jump. The face-suck auto-attacks.
So
It's-
close. He's
Oh,
gonna
it's not going to be enough. Can he blink?
Oh, he's going to get reduped.
Yes,
He
he
can. The
is.
Magma's going to save him.
Jeez. Oh, the Tormented Soul. Yes, and it will snipe
Oh,
him.
no. That actually hit. Nice. Very well played. And in the end, Rashai doing a great job trying to escape, but it's not enough. I think the forked lightning actually initially missed, too, leading to him being able to survive for a little bit longer. Still, they held off the Kongor attempt. Soul Reaper now a bit low on mana, but oh, that Inhuman Nature and 6 mana battery charge. It is so strong.
Yeah. And they're going to finish off Conqueror now. I don't see IG looking to stop this one. Obviously, with Hack still dead, going to be resurrecting, but that's another token of life you're just going to have to deal with already at this point in the game. Now, IG doing what they can. They're going to push the top tower, so a good job right there of actually making something happen at least. But Master of Arms actually ports bottom, says he's going to go farm down there while Conqueror's being finished, so going to spread the experience a little bit better here. And there you go. Another Congo kill, and Soul Reaper a prime candidate to pick up the token of life right there on top of it. So some good gold being saved up, of course, on the Hellborn side. Monkey King, he has 1,800 gold saved up. So Monkey King's been able to farm up pretty well himself still, continuing to do so.
That's probably the huge advantage of the Lion squad early on. He hasn't been stuffed too hard yet, just sitting at 1-0-1. Oh, there's another gank attempt. And Sage trying to farm where he can. He gets the root off, but it's not. Oh, the Tormented Soul.
Magma's Eruption, yep, gonna get a kill.
And there's the Monkey King coming on in too. Magma's backed off for a second, though. Hopefully that won't be the reason Parasite's able to live. No, he will fall. Meanwhile, in the background, Engineer gets his ultimate off. Pharaoh gonna wind up killing him.
But now Pharaoh is just slowly walking away, and he is gonna be fine in the end. Okay.
Yeah, the mana is sapped on Monkey King and Magma's. Otherwise, they could have guaranteed they would have pursued.
Yeah. It's kind of an awkward fight there.
Yeah, where Soul Reaper has that token of life. Not even there for it. Seen a lot of the time they've as Esports Club. He's 0-0-0 again this game, but they might like pressure with Soul Reaper sometimes, but it's not uncommon to see Flensmeister Soul Reaper with those kind of stats early on, just giving him the early game build-up items and then just going to crush. And of course they're making it work, and once again, even if you're not on the kill board, the presence of the Soul Reapers allow them to create a lot of the situations. So.
Yeah. You see Tormented Soul Nuke there in the middle lane, just letting Monkey King know that he is being watched. Super KGE trying to finish off an early Firebrand here, already purchasing that Quick Blade, the Astrolabe on Soul Reaper. I honestly think, or actually going for the Nullfire Blade it looks like, so purchases a second Quick Blade here. And going to be going for the earlier on Nullfire Blade. And I kind of wonder if that even has a little bit to do with the fact that they're going to try to just finish this game as soon as possible, really. Especially with the momentum that they already have going for them. You know, why not? So they got the token alive still for another 4.5, just actually nearly 5 minutes even, counting down. All four of them are going to group up top here. The only one down here is Pharaoh. It's actually, meanwhile, distracted at the bottom lane. He looks like he might be just going straight into his Staff of the Master himself. A great item on Pharaoh. But actually, Pharaoh, Pharaoh finding himself by himself, and actually, he might be in a lot of trouble here. Can he get a big ultimate off maybe to try to juke? Oh, yes, he can in the creep wave.
It's not over yet, though. Is he going to get TP support? Flensmeister. Not seeing him rotate yet. He doesn't even have a port. He is trickling down there, though. Looks like they're just going to let him go!
At the last second.
Yeah. But that will open way for Master of Arms to get the free tower push top. And it's all right if you give up a kill. If you buy, like, if they take long enough to kill you, your team is farming up the entire time, making map control happen, then it's not really so much of a big deal.
Yeah. He also sold his bottle right there to try to get that, or to get that Homecoming Stone to use it, but obviously it didn't even work out in the end. It's kind of unfortunate, but good attempt nonetheless. Bottom tower does go down for IG, so again, some more good news for them. Master of Arms continuing to push top. He's actually going to apply a lot of damage here to Keeper of the Forest. In comes the face at the auto attack. Holy crap! Keeper of the Forest just melts. The team support ports in, but way too late to do anything for their fallen friend right there. Insania just underestimating the damage potential between those two. He gets bursted down.
Yeah. So far, a lot of the pickoffs is happening. Each side trying to farm out the enemy jungle. Zibe making use of this. Is that a triple or that? Yeah, the Vulture's got man. Yeah, it is a triple stack. So we'll clean out this triple stack hopefully and pick up what he can. You know, Lions Esports Club, they've been holding on this advantage for a while now, but it hasn't really been expanding beyond this 5K point, which is a good sign. You know, proportionally, that means IG is coming back into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's holding it, if anything.
They just can't fight against the Soul Reaper with the token. That's really the biggest thing that it comes down to. Not yet. But, you know, Magmus has the gold for his portal key, and that could be the timing. I mean, they don't have the damage right now, but if they're able to burst that Soul Reaper down,
yeah,
Combined
Now,
powers of the Hag and Magnus.
they are split pushing here, and this could be both the good and bad for the Hellborn team, because if they fight, with uneven numbers, that's where definitely IG could make something happen. But at the same time, they are split pushing. You see they're going to mass TP to the top lane, trying to catch them here. Magnus does get the stun off on a Master of Arms. Will he get the follow-up support, though? He's going to lightning speed himself, and he's going to be good for now. The whole team is chasing. Now they all TP'd there. Look at Soul Reaper, Pharaoh, and Glacius. They're like, we got a free push bottom. So they are going to end up catching them, it looks like. Both Parasite and Master of Arms are going to get caught. But meanwhile, their base is going to be heavily pressured, and they don't have any TPs to come back. They do got one, okay.
So they're okay with the pickoff. They do have TPs to come back. They're probably not going to be able to actually break the tower here, or are they? Keeper of the Forest doing what he can. Soul Reaper does not care, honestly. That's just additional gold for him at this point. Yeah, they are going to stop the advance, so in the end,
Okay.
definitely worth it for IG. They'll take whatever they can, even if it means taking some base damage. Two crucial pickoffs to slow down Master of Arms farm and opportunity to farm the map.
Yeah.
Well worth it. And they still have Monkey King pushing out the top lane, nearing 4 gold per map. But there's the Pharaoh hook.
They're getting greedy here. They want to kill this Keeper of the Force. They are going to be able to do it, it looks like, but at what cost is the question. Bat Blast comes out. Not really the most follow-up in the end, although TPs are happening. Pharaoh's going to go for the teleport out. Soul Reaper now in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be lined up with Glacius, and they're both going to be in a lot of trouble right here. Soul Reaper, the token of life, is definitely going to fall, and it's going to be hard to see him
They're going to have more
living through
stuns, though.
this,
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Comes back up. There's a one Jim Slam. He has absolutely no support nearby. He doesn't even have to be. Look at how much damage he's doing, though.
They're actually going to run away.
Wow. 4 versus 1. And Soul Reaper gets them to fall back. That's fun.
I thought they'd have more damage than they did, but that Sax on top of the Astrolabe, on top of the vestments, he's just way, way too tanky.
Yeah.
Huntsmeister. Really in the heart
Like a boss.
of the Legion side of the map. He's able to walk out. Does lose the token, however.
Yeah.
And they did get most of the base tower, so if they're able to reclaim a third token, that will also be the bananas, and that should be pretty easy to break at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to have to start applying the aggression here on IG. They have the tools to do so. Lightbrand almost picked up by Wretched Hag too, and see what happens. And I guess this Hellborn team, a lot of nice magic damage, especially with that Soul Reaper coming out if he gets that Shrunken Head Grimoire combination. Nice Keeper Root to set things up.
Oh, Glacius, but Pharaoh comes in, actually does going to be applied. He's going to be blocked somewhat. Mummy Walls go up on a Magnus. Magnus taking a lot of burst damage, face suck, and yes, they will get the counter kill on a Magnus. Glacius stays alive throughout all that. Not what you need right now if you're IG. A 0-for-1 exchange, and Keeper of the Forest. He's going to be hero blocked quite a bit, but Nature's Veil will ultimately help him get away here. I don't think they have any vision on him currently. It doesn't look like it. There's a Staff of the Master already on Pharaoh, by the way. So he's only looking at a 20-second cooldown now when it comes down to that Wrath of the Pharaoh. A good chance he could use it multiple times in these fights here as a result.
One thing I wanted to point out to this game is that Master Arms this game did choose to max out his passive. Actually, viewers sent me a question asking why he chose to max it out, and he maxed out his Pulse Cannon instead of his stun. And well, they had the Kongor level 1 kill, and due to the lane assignments, he just figured that he already had the presence, he already had that, he figured just 1 point of the stun was enough for the kill, and just going to go for that additional damage and range, helping him keep his positioning up. It was just honestly due to the flow of the game, though. It was a situational pickup where he felt that the additional damage and range would be benefiting him more. In this case, he has the long-range initiation from the Pharaoh, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just all about that presence.
I mean, you do look at the buildup of Charge Shot, too. It's 1.2 seconds to 1.8 seconds at level 4.
Well, exactly. So just it's more about the stun. And a lot of times you do still just go for that burst with Master Arms early, but they already had that solid early advantage, and they honestly didn't need it.
Yeah.
And in a case like that, he's like, well...
Oh, look at this. The mini-map. Everyone's going for Soul Reaper again. Take 2. He doesn't have a token of life this time. He's going to go for the TP. Do they have any more stuns? No, they do not. He's going to be able to get out.
Just TP's out in their face. That's the power of farmed early Soul Reaper. But I like when you don't have Soul Reaper be the only hero you're relying on to carry into the later part of the game. Having that Master of Arms there as well just makes his job a lot easier. Not to mention the Master of Arms synergy with Soul Reaper. The Master's Call, the defensive Master's Call, I should say, in combination, creates that sort of Ophelia effect with him.
Yeah.
Where you have like an untouchable team.
Even extra tanky. 3,200 gold save jobs, so Soul Reaper pulling up a lot of golds here. You know, Sheepstick seems to be a very popular item pick up on him. So I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see that here. as far as his choice goes. But ooh, in the jungle, you see Parasite running into Engineer, actually going to dodge the Kegstone right there, going back in. The leech is going to be applied. There's the energy field, though. Magnus tuns in. Handskin might have overstepped his boundaries a little bit, but Master of Arms is coming in to support, so maybe not so much. Rude coming out right there, but Sorry joins the party. Team of the Master's call. Down goes Keeper the Force. Glacial Downpour going to help take out Wretched Hag, and already 3 heroes are dead. A hat trick going out for Seal Kid. Playing the Glacius, the Glacial Downpour doing work there. You got Monkey King. He's going to try to fly away right here. He might be good in the end. Fork Lightning, it connects actually. But the elusive dash going to mean he's fine. Magnus, don't know what you were thinking. He stuns in.
It's a massacre.
And he dies. And
yeah, at this point, I mean, we saw that early game advantage Lions Esports Club. Looks like they're about to take this series pretty much pretty handedly from here. As good as IG is. They just don't. They don't have anything going for them, really. They just don't.
Yeah.
Wretched Hag at this point, so far off the Grimoire, it's not really going to matter by the time she's able to pick it up. We've seen that they can't kill a Soul Reaper even without this 5k gold spent. What are they going to do when he just becomes infinitely more tanky?
Yep, and I mean, you do have Monkey King in the Nullstone purchase. He is trying everything he can to try to get back on track, but as you put it, not only are you dealing with a Soul Reaper over here that is just going to have now most likely a Sheepstick, I would think, as far as his next build, but Master of Arms is also going to have a Shrunken Head on top of his level 1 Nullfire Blade here. So he's pushing out some good damage. Pharaoh also, I mean, the build that he went with, that Staff of the Master, you got a Codex now finally finished on Parasite. It is just that level 1 Codex, but some more burst damage even going to be coming from that, and what already is just a fairly squishy team here, especially on the Hag. I mean, look at the Hag, 777 life with the Steam Boots and Intellect, sure, but even on Strength, you're not even looking at 1,000 life pool yet. Glacius is going to be jumped in the background. Pharaoh also being jumped as well. Mummy Walls go up. He is somehow still alive. Jonas and Van taking the damage. Finally will fall in the end. Master of Arms kind of in an awkward spot. Soul Reaper's not here throughout all this. That's definitely a big deal. So IG again making big points on these spots. Big lines down with the eruption. Coming up from Magnus right there. Down he goes. Soul Reaper joining the fight now. There it goes, the Demonic Execution to start things off on Magnus. They do get the kill on Engineer as well. So Soul Reaper finally joins the fight, and he gets a double tap right away. Goes to show you just how much power he brings to the table. But again, IG, I mean, they're buying time, if anything. And, oop, Pharaoh trying for a random hook there. Not going to connect, though, but... So, Internet Gangsters showing that they're not going to give up here when it comes down to it.
Not yet. Make a little bit of a ground, but now look at Soul Reaper. Has that Sheepstick on top of everything. Came in late to the party that fight and pretty much trying to clean it up, making an equal encounter. They're not ready to give up on IG's side, but Lions is about to make them cry. Conqueror is now up too, so an excellent way to force a fight. I'd like to see IG try to find a way into this game breaky, but I don't know. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, again, I definitely respect the fact that, let's be honest, a lot of teams already at this point would have been, you know what, we're done. Let's just be done with it, and, you know, congrats Lions, you guys won the tournament. But IG, they're sticking in it, and I definitely respect them for that. And especially, again, with that way the first game went. We've seen an epic comeback already in this tournament with that, it was the game number 2 of USA versus Lions, where USA came back from, you can even argue, a bigger deficit than this one, but obviously there's a lot of things that come into play when you look at the big picture. But hey, IG sticking it in, so at least I respect that. As far as their comeback chance, yes, it is going to be difficult, but they do have a Monkey King. I keep looking back at him, and honestly, Storyfooter's farm still continues to be very impressive, especially with the way that this game has been going, the momentum of the game. As he is farming right now, 400 gold per minute. You do have that Wretched Hag, as struggling as she's been. She, too, is getting along gradually here, and she is working on her Shrunken Head. You do have a Token of Life and Bananas now, though. That made life that much even harder. So, after talking about what I'm just saying there, I mean...
Exactly, it's like the whole Congo ranker, and it's like, how are they going to get past this now? They basically have a second life. They weren't even fighting them head-on before, necessarily. They're kind of picking fights that, you know, they were avoiding without Soul Reaper being there, but at this point, all the outer towers taken out. They have the token, they have the bananas. The only place left is to go for the base.
Yeah.
Gonna force a head-on encounter.
Pharaoh coming in right here. Monkey King. He tried to leap over the ledge. He wasn't close enough. He is going to loot dash to the Mummy Wall, so...
Excellent escape.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Very, very close right there. But he does survive. Top lane, they're trying to push. Magnus does right into Parasite. He had no clue he was there. Auto attacks coming out. He's going to use the Steam Bath just out of range of the tower. And Fuzi is going to portal key away. Looks like he is going to survive this. So at least they ultimately live there in the end. Sorper finds Wretched Hag. I don't know if it's going to be enough damage. He uses a sheep stick. No, oh my god, it is going to be enough damage. Wow, Master of Arms comes at the last second and finishes her off with a forked lightning. That's got to be frustrating if you're Hag. Because now you do have a buyback, but you're already farming not the best here, honestly. She might need to use it with 40 seconds. Oh, but a big eruption coming out. This is going to be a big turning moment right here. Sorry for that's not turning alive. Is going to get him to be killed, though. The energy field is down. He's being locked down. Shrunken Head, though, on Master of Arms. He uses the bananas, and all of a sudden, he's fighting back strong. Pharaoh joins the party, and the rest of the team is here. So IG had another slight chance. You can't blame them for taking it. But in the end, a little too strong as Lion Esports Club. Double tap comes out for Super KGE. And now they're going to mass push this bottom lane, most likely.
And Keeper of the Forest Root is down. Magma's ulti down. Bat Blast isn't used, but at this point, as long as Cerberus keeps on hitting his judgment, they're not going to have enough damage to bring him down. They can pretty much stand position, hit these racks. Be the first set down. G's made a point that they don't want to give up, but gotta figure they're about ready to throw in the towel.
Yeah, now it's definitely, I would not blame them at all. I mean, yeah, especially after that fight right there. Again, just another so close to maybe being something. But not able to pull it off in the end. And now you have your bottom racks completely destroyed. Soul Reaper, another 4,400 gold, man.
Yeah, I guarantee you watch the next 100 games from IG now and you won't see Concord unscouted in some capacity. Of course, you can't always do it right away, especially if you're going to the enemy woods to try to attempt a gank. But there we go, another Pharaoh hook onto the Keeper of the Forest. The root's still down. They can't say anything about it.
Yeah.
And looks like they're not even going to stop. They're just going to take this wave and carry it into the base here.
Yeah, Insania was just simply scouting things out. And now, yeah, Magnus also caught. It's just getting ugly.
Oh my, he tried for a blind hook to catch another one too and convert it. That's just how hungry they are.
Middle tower, it's going to fall now. So IG, do they have buybacks added to those? They do on Magnus.
Slurper's one of those heroes that we haven't really seen picked up enough lately, I'd say. Yeah, people always forget about him. Time after time again, he's shown his presence, and IG throwing in the towel. Gonna give Lions the win. There we go, 2-0 Lions Esports Club.
Yeah, Lion Esports Club, deservingly so, taking the series 2-0. You know, especially after that crazy game number 1 we just had as far as the back and forth is concerned. As far as just the finish that we had in that one, you know, game number 2, it was a little of a mixed. Well, not even that necessarily. It was a little mixed emotions because they were doing level 1 Congo, which is fun to see, but at the same time, you know, with that level 1 Congo, you're like, this means Lions is going to be in the driver's seat from here on out.
So in going to casting the game, you're like, this is exciting. I want them to be able to pull something out, but. Yeah, and you're coming off of that game 1 heartbreaking loss, and just that on top of it. And it's like, oh no, we want that game 3. We want that game 3. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
IG still, they did show their stuff, and keep hoping to see some excellent play and strategies coming out from Insania's squad. Hope to see them stick around. Definitely impressed.
Yeah, no, looking forward to seeing. I'm sure they will stick around. I mean, again, Hunter Season 2 just around the corner, so no doubt. Like we were talking about, even I think it was on that game 1 there when one of the breaks. There's so many teams. There's 5 or 6. Every team that was in this bracket stage here. I mean, you could argue they could honestly win a cycle of Hunter Season 2, and even more on top of that. You could even say. I mean, it really, especially to start things off with Hunter, I have no clue what to expect. I really don't.
Isn't that really awesome to say though? That so many teams are showing that they have the capacity to fight each other. Right now, it has looked like Lions Esports Club is just one cut above the rest due to the consistency. We know that the other teams all have that talent, though. They're going to be training hard, and don't expect them to be necessarily sitting up there for long. It should be a close fight for first.
Yeah, you know, now with that said, of course, as we've also been talking about with this tournament, so again, congratulations to Lion Esports Club as a team. They are victorious, and they do take the HoN Invitational, sponsored by you, the HoNcast subscribers. They do take the title, as well as I believe it's $225 of the prize pool, so definitely a good chunk of change there. But also the MVP race now.
That's what I'm excited for.
And actually, it was just posted in chat. I know with a 6-minute delay, it's a little bit weird here, but yeah, okay, it's been in chat for a while apparently. So you guys have had the chance here to vote for your MVP. So we're definitely going to leave it open here a little bit longer. It's looking like a pretty close race in the end. I mean,
are we going to show the No, because that would.
Well, you know, I was actually.
I see it anyway.
I was actually looking as far as as far as I was trying to think of it myself, as far as who I would vote for.
Yeah.
Going into the as far as the MVP race is concerned, honestly, Joseph Van, he played very well both games on that Pharaoh. It just so happened he played Pharaoh both games. He went the puzzle box that first game. Remember, an interesting build, but made it work. He was getting great farm throughout. That first game he finished 9-4-13 in the second game. Yeah, the second game he also did a great job. The staff of the master early on and hit some nice hooks.
Remember what he was known for playing in QSQ as well was that Pharaoh suicide above all their players. So
yeah.
Everyone's been impressed, and I've got to agree.
Yeah.
They do a fantastic job.
I mean, Hanskin had some great ultimates himself on Tempest, especially that first game. So,
and well, I never like to, as fun as the VIP thing is, and I love doing it myself, don't get me wrong, but I never like to place the efforts of victory on one player. That team synergy is so much more important. Communication can even make your teammates play better because you'll be like reminding them of things they might be able to do. So it all comes down to that teamwork in the end, that team synergy in the end.
Yeah.
Lions brings out the best in their players right now.
Yeah, so we'll definitely give it a little more time here before we announce the MVP as far as the HoN Invitational, more so for the Grand Finals, of course. But every player was eligible here that was in the finals, both from Internet Gangsters and Lion Esports Club. So definitely at this point, again, by this time the stream catches up, we'll just reiterate to go vote for now. By the end of the cast here today, we'll be announcing the winner, and then again $100 on. I keep forgetting his name, man. It's such an odd name. Yefima. What was the name again?
Isn't it Yefimovic?
Yefimovic. That's what it is. Yes.
Got that one.
Yefimovic there. You're good with that. You're good with that. Speaking of new languages and whatnot, you're going to be needing to learn a new language.
I'll be studying up on my Thai. If I'm over there, I might as well.
Yeah.
Actually, in the past, I picked up some audio hooks and stuff to learn, just because I loved it when out there and. When we were out there in March for the GSL Grand Finals, so had a little bit of a start, but it's definitely going to take some studying. So
you're looking forward to it, man?
I am looking forward to it. It's a bold new adventure, but I'm excited. It's once I brought it before, but it's just something that I had to do. It was sort of a calling, and I've had a great time here at HoNcast, and I honestly feel like I'm cutting my time short. There's still many more roads to pave, but. Just something that has to be done. I'm still young.
No,
still
like
plenty more time to cast.
Over there.
Like Pan Man, he can't go out and live anymore. I mean, he can't go out and live anymore. You know, I still have the power to change the world, however. So
he's not. You're 37.
The 37-year-old thing does stop you from actually still going out adventuring. But yeah, I still have the ability to change the world. So I'm gonna go try to make my footprint elsewhere.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to, though, a lot of great people. And you got to meet a lot of the Thai HoN scene there as well. Rick. What was your input?
Well, I mean, as you mentioned, we went there in I believe it was March for the GSL. I mean, early April, March. Anyways,
what did you expect, first off? And then what hit you?
I didn't know that, obviously, over in Thailand, we've heard this idea that it's big over there. We heard about these numbers and their player base. It's big. It's like, okay, well, cool. You know, maybe something like DreamHack. You know, obviously, I've been there now 5 or 6 times or whatever. So I've been able to experience that, thankfully, as far as going to DreamHack. And no doubt that's been, you know, a big event for me. And the country of Sweden, for that matter, has been definitely great to me. But so going into Thailand, I was like, okay, maybe that, if that. But then you go to Thailand, and oh my God, it was insane, absolutely insane. It really did make you feel so good about the game of HoN, and knowing that in a country like that, over in Thailand, how it basically is the game. I mean, you were mentioning it's the biggest MOBA over there. Honestly, it might be the biggest game over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Just hands down, as far as the LAN centers go.
Once again, the biggest LAN cafe in Thailand, 3 floors, pretty much everyone was playing.
We were walking around. We were at the MMR, the Neo MMR LAN center.
Yeah, it was like a marketplace area around it.
And there's like 20 LAN centers right near it, just because that's all they do over there, I guess, all the LAN centers. And every single LAN center. We're not over-exaggerating that.
They had a succubus bathroom sign.
Yeah.
Remember that? I think it was at the that was awesome. And then, oh man. Yeah, that's something from you. You've been going all around for the HoN scene for since the beginning, pretty much. Now, I mean, you've been involved, and for that to hit you like that is a testament to how
it was crazy.
Passionate the community
I would love to be able to go back there again. I definitely hope that I get another opportunity to go back there.
Am I going to get to see you out there?
And hopefully, you know, maybe for the Grand Finals of HoN Tour, wherever that is. You know, if you guys qualify.
I'm striving to be the best.
Number
1 is the only way.
We'll see. There you go. As long as you do better than Nova.
As long as I do better than Nova. What do you have against Nova?
Hey, no, I'm just saying.
Hey, trust me. I'm a very competitive person. I always strive for the best. I'm just saying.
I want the competition, dude.
I know. I do
want there to be that competition. So.
I do agree. And you know what? hope the other Tide teams as well. With us over there, we can trade tactics and all
Advance
become better
everything,
together.
yeah.
And the whole entirety of the Thai Han scene,
Yeah.
I want to see it actually grow up and crush as well, because they push the game so far. They are so passionate about it, and I'd love to see them leave their mark for sure on the international scene. You can say they already did. They performed great at GSL. They performed great at DreamHack, but still, we know they can do better. We saw the close match there, even against SG, game 1 to kick things off. How close they were at actually breaking SG's win streak before eventually VDT took it out. So they definitely have the potential. They are so close, and hopefully bring a little bit more love that way.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. So as far as you being a co-caster, man, it has been a pleasure. It really has been. It's obviously been it's been now 5-6 months at least.
Time has been going fast.
It really has. It does fly by, man. It does fly by.
I feel like so much has happened, though, because of the events. And
yeah, especially early on, we had the grind of going to Thailand.
I know.
Then going to the Hunter Grand Finals.
We were just bouncing all over the place,
so,
really.
Yeah, we definitely had quite the run there. But no, it's a lot of fun. And as you go back to, I like to believe that this isn't the ultimate end by any means.
Yeah.
I look forward to definitely more casting with you in the future. But also, you're a big opportunity. It's completely understandable. And I definitely wish you the best of luck, man. So
thank you, Breaky. I said
awkward hug time.
Give you the awkward hug time. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
there we go. Get that on camera.
Oh, boy. That's always fun to do.
That's
all right. So, obviously, I want to give you the chance now to give your shout-outs here as far as any shout-outs that you want to make here for the HoNcast viewers.
Don't miss anyone. I'm going to miss people, guys, but I'm going to be making a written post later because I don't want to take up too much time here. And you know what? I don't want to go on with my shout-outs and keep calling it out because, as Bricky keeps saying, I don't like to consider this the end. I'm still going to be around. I'm still going to be interacting with the scene out here as much as possible, bringing you coverage in whatever way I can. So I'll try to keep it short. But first, and as always, shout out to the community. Thank you guys for being there. Shout out to S2 Games for giving me this opportunity to work here at HoNcast and make a dream come true as I go off to try to pursue another one.
Definitely.
Definitely has been the time of a life. Shout out to, first off, you, Breaky, for making not only the move out here really smooth, but all the help you've given me and all you've taught me while I've been out here. On top of that, Beef for getting me into casting in the first place. After I got done playing with my team, I may not be here without for him. Pan Man for doing such an amazing job with the production lately at HoNcast. I'm sure you guys can tell that he's been kicking it up full gear. Dangerous Dan for being a good friend of mine. Misha out there at Arena, long-term friend. Initially, I met her before she was even working at Arena, so she's done a lot of work out there and done wonders for the SEA scene out there.
Awesome.
Inklin for all the hard work she does at HoNtour. Milkfed as well for doing a wonderful job as director of esports. Crow, Fantasy Blaze, the HoNcast writers on top of it. My good friend Pericletos and recent TMM buddy is late. Sorry to have to part ways here. Definitely wanted to be able to play with you more, and we'll definitely try to keep in touch. Porch Fitzky, former teammate of mine. We did have a little bit of run, cut short as well, of course, due to unfortunate circumstances. Zepro, you're the man. Haxerin, Slicks, and you think you showed the world that all the praise that was given to you was nothing to be sold short. And even now you're playing phenomenally, and look to see you continue to crush. Nova for paving the way, leading the way out there in Thailand, and being a very respectable figure in the HoN community and putting in a lot of hard work. And honestly, the list will go on and on. I can go on forever. I don't even have it all written down here. I'm just trying to come up with it off the top of my head. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. It is sad to be leaving this soon. I wanted to spend so much more time with all of you, and there's a lot of great things to look forward to in the future in HoN and onward. And hopefully I'll still be there for it all.
Like you said, you're still staying in the scene of the end. You're just going to be over there in Thailand, but we're still going to be in communication.
Exactly.
And that'll definitely still exist. So it's definitely not the end of the line here as far as with your career with us goes. So that's definitely what matters in the end. All right. So thank you once again, Emperor. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. As far as wrapping things up here for this cast, we do want to now go back to a lighter side of things. Again, Jonathan Fan, actually, it looks like Jonathan Fan is going to be wrapping up as the MVP for this event. Deservingly so. His feral play here on this day, and even before, I'm sure he definitely was a big part of their team's success getting to this point. So
there he goes.
The team and obviously doing well. So congratulations, Jonathan Fan, the MVP. He actually got 30% of the votes for a 10-person pool.
Crap, they were in.
That's pretty respectable.
It is. It is. And on top of that, former teammate to Nova as well.
Yep. Yeah,
actually, and
it all connects.
A solid player.
So $100 prize pool thanks to Yefimovic.
Yefimovic is how I say it, but I mean, we all got our own style. And
I'll say it different every single time. So congratulations to Jonas Fan one more time. Deservingly so, the MVP. But as a team, we got Lion Esports Club, deservingly the champions of this tournament. and they too take away the title as well as their portion of the prize pool. So Internet Gangsters, runner-up, and definitely good to see them there. So yeah, I mean that pretty much is gonna be wrapping things up here as far as our coverage.
Once again, I'm
Not
not
much
going
else
to say
to say?
goodbye. I'll say goodbye temporarily
Just
to you guys, but I'm not. Don't consider it permanent. I will still be around the scene. I will still be keeping in touch with you folks. So
yeah.
don't worry about that.
Where can people find you?
Where can people find me? Same place, 3 different places, but same place, same name, 3 different places, but Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all of that at Domain of Pain. Keep up to date there. I'll be updating you with plenty of news from the HoN scene, giving my opinion of what's going on here in the international scene as well. So yeah, facebook.com/Domain of Pain is my central hub. Otherwise, check out my Twitch. I'll be still trying to stream from out there too.
Yeah.
Maybe stream our perspective from some matches and how things are over there. Maybe come visit and play some games on the HoN Cloud. I'm not sure how the delay will be, but you know what? Slicks can pull it off.
Hey,
I'm going to try myself.
Why can't you, right?
Yeah, so I'll definitely be doing what I can to stay involved, as said. So
Awesome.
fortunate this is a temporary goodbye, but not for long. And
all right.
That's about it.
You're going to Thailand, man. Well, you'll be there by next week. I mean, going fast.
Going there.
but-
I'm going to be there. Bricky, I'm on a plane in less than 24 hours.
I know. What are you doing, man?
I don't even. This has been less than a
been
week
happening
in the
quick.
planning. I'm going to have literally about 2 hours to say
Yeah.
goodbye to my family tonight and going. So
Yeah.
I have no idea. This is
Hey,
going to be great.
It's a big opportunity, a life opportunity, and you're jumping to it. So again, understandably so.
Yeah.
So, Pam Man, I mean, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to say. Pam Man's crying over there. The tears are flowing over there on Pam Man's face.
Can't
I
actually,
can vouch for that.
Wow. His voice is cracking. That's, never know if he's live. All right.
I don't know. He's quite the troll, but no. Anyways, guys, definitely it's been a blast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, in the end, again, you guys were entertained. This was a great event. Definitely one more time. Big shout out to Beef especially. It was his idea really from the beginning to put this together. And I think it's safe to say, I mean, this is not going to be the end of these style of events either. Even with HoN Tour Season 2 coming up just around the corner, expect more of these HoNCap subscriber events with these invitationals.
Probably invitationals and varying other events as
yeah,
well.
Ultimate Series, you know, the Alienware tournament, obviously, that's going to be even starting next week. So
right.
There's still a lot of events outside of even just HoN Tour that are going to continue to happen. So, guys, you know, that's why we do this. We love the competitive HoN scene, and it's a passion that definitely keeps us driving. Speaking of passion, you have plenty of that, Emperor, and that's been fun to watch over the short time that we have been together. So that is going to wrap things up, though. Before I start crying here about Emperor leaving.
Gonna be going to
Thailand.
I'm prone to the
Gonna be going to Thailand,
salty
so.
tears, so I gotta get this.
All right, so thank you guys one more time. As far as coverage continuing, guys, next week I don't have official information just yet, but definitely stay tuned as always. The Facebook of HoNcast, HoNcast website, and we'll have more information for you guys as far as what is going to be happening. So shout out to you guys, especially the HoNcast subscribers, for helping us put this event together. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Congratulations one more time to Lion Esports Club. That is going to do it here. Have a good night now. We'll see you. See you in Thailand, Emperor.
Thank you, Breaky.
One more awkward
It's my pleasure. All right.